Good evening. Yes, I know this isn't Bob Ross's painting failure tutorial video, whatever words you want to use. I am sorry. I'm putting that video on the back burner for right now. It'll come out June 5th. Yes, June 5th. I'm trying to think of how I want to work all this together. I'm going to tell you what happened yesterday and where this will end. Because obviously the title thumbnail talks us about control and support. We'll get there. I don't know how long this video is going to be, so bear with me now. I know it's been a while since we've had a Friday sit down too. But let's dive in. So yesterday, I had so many recording issues going on. But I've never done a Bob Ross tutorial video, so I didn't know what to expect, nor did I properly do the research on it. So obviously I don't have a painting set up here, so I couldn't record me actually painting, so I used Microsoft Paint. And the first recording attempt led me to realize, oh, he's not using just normal red, blue, yellow, green. He's using like these fancier colors. How can I incorporate that into Microsoft Paint? I ended up looking up the RGB color codes to make the colors. So that didn't take me too long, honestly. That only took me about a half hour, which was interesting, but I learned a little bit more about it. Second attempt, I thought it was a good attempt. We were good to go. I was having fun with it. It was a blast. We got that. It was all good until I looked at the video recording and realized that my desktop did not capture me painting. It only captured Bob Ross. So, where you would have been probably okay with just looking at Bob Ross instead of me, I obviously couldn't use it, so I had to scrap it. So we get to recording attempt number 3. I did it. I just wasn't happy. I was very tired. I had been up since, I think I recorded that about 9. I've been up since 4:45. Super tired. And I've learned the concept of if I'm not happy going to record it, you're not going to be happy watching it. So I just scrapped it. I was like, okay, maybe we'll do a Minecraft video and then swap those two around. I recorded the Minecraft video too, so when we get to Minecraft next Friday, if I've progressed, which I don't think I did, so when we get to Minecraft Friday, if I look like I've progressed, I don't think I did, that's why. Sorry. But even recording Minecraft, it was better. It was definitely kind of like the decompression type moment. I still wasn't happy with it. So I said, okay, we'll stop. We'll take a break, have lunch, maybe take a nap, because lunch for me is like 12 to 1. So take a nap, come back, good to go. That didn't happen. I didn't get a chance to take my nap. So I had lunch. I had to help my dad with something. And then 2 o'clock came back around, 2:30, and I was like, okay, we'll try it again. So I got it recorded. Cool. Worked on the transfer. Transferring the videos for me takes forever and a day. I finally got everything uploaded to my editing software about 5-ish. And then I had to render it so I can work on editing. But I set it to render. I went and had dinner with my family, played games, enjoyed my family time. Came back up at about like 8. So yes, let it be known I worked from like 8 to 8. And realized that the audio from my speakers, so I can hear Bob Ross, came through on the recording. So I had dual audio. So I couldn't use it. But at that point in the night, I am so royally frustrated. I am so royally stressed. I am so tired that I gave up. I left the recording up just to see if maybe if I come back tomorrow, or today when you're seeing this, I can work on it and see if maybe there's an editing hack I can find. There wasn't, and it was just not salvageable. I didn't find a way to salvage it, so that's why we scrapped it. So that whole situation leads me to what I wanted to talk about, and I've thought about making this video for a while now on control and support. And here's what I mean by that. So if you noticed, the theme with yesterday was my lack of control. I can't control what my recording does. You would think, yes, you can, you idiot, but no, I can't. I use the Windows Game Bar to record my screen, just because it's simpler. I don't need an extra program. Windows does it for me. So I could control that. It doesn't lag my computer. I was like, okay, cool. So like what you would normally see Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday is the screen recording of a PowerPoint, and then Saturdays with the video. I learned with Game Bar that it only records one screen, so I have a split screen. Bob Ross was here, my paint was here, and it only recorded one half of it, which I didn't know. So again, something outside of my control. Okay, fine. So it led me down this rabbit hole of thinking, like, after the second attempt going into the third, I sat and was like, I'm tired by this point. I'm so mentally stressed. But we'll push through it, see what happens. I got to the end of the second, I got like halfway through the third attempt, and I was like, nah, this ain't alright. So I canceled everything out, and that's when I made a conscious effort to come back to it later. Again, with my control. You know, I wanted to stop, obviously, so I don't give you guys a terrible video, and I wanted to come back later. And it worked. I was better by 2 o'clock, but I was still super mentally taxed by then. I mean, like I said, by 2 o'clock I've been up for 10 hours, which I know people will be like, hey, what are you talking about? I'm not complaining. It's just this matter of fact of what happened. I'm not used to being up at 5. I'm not used to being a morning person, especially during this time of quarantine. Before, I was usually getting up at like 8, 9 o'clock and starting work at 10. Getting up in the morning has been nice because I can, get up, have breakfast earlier, get work done earlier, finish earlier, which had been the mindset I kind of ran with this past week. But yesterday was just different. I was so mentally gone, and I think I only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So, but either way, so I went away. I came back, did the recording. I thought it went super well. I was so proud of myself, and I'm still learning this concept of, like, with doing these extra videos on Friday, the concept of, like, if I'm playing Minecraft, still talk while I'm playing. That way I'm not laser focused and you hear me quiet for 20 minutes. So that is still something I'm learning, which is fine. But I was proud of the recording. I was proud of, keeping attention. I was proud of all that. It was fun. We were good. Having a good time. I was like, okay, cool. So, like, the process of me transferring is like what you see is on my laptop, because I don't have a webcam. I'm using my laptop's webcam, so I have to transfer that to my desktop so I can throw it into my editor. This video, the webcam for it turned out to be 2 gigabytes, which, if you have a slow Comcast internet like I do, it takes forever to transfer. The webcam footage, I think, took me like 2 hours to transfer, which is fine. It's not anything I'm not used to by now. So, and that was fine. I think I just played Animal Crossing during that time. And so I finally got it there. So again, the transfer process made a long day longer, which is okay. Like I said, threw it in the editor. I got looking at it. I was like, okay, cool. I ended up using the editing software to screen cap, so I didn't have to worry about uploading the video and my painting up to the editing software because it was already there. So I was like, okay, cool. Saves a step. And then it was just taking forever. So I finally got it up at like 5 o'clock, 5:30, and I lost my train of thought. Oh, and then I finally got it in. And I was like, okay, well, normally when I have to put it in, I have to auto render it before I start doing some edits, so that way I can have a smooth playback. So I went there. That takes forever in a day too. That's like an hour, at least 45 minutes to an hour. So that's why I was like, okay, I'll step away. I'll go have dinner. Spend some time with my family, and then I'll come back later. So that's why about 8 o'clock I came back up and looked at it, and then I saw yet another roadblock of the dual audio. So where's all this going? I've talked about this enough. It's 11 minutes of just me complaining about my day yesterday. I kept focusing. My day was put into perspectives, or put into a mindset of things were happening outside of my own control. And the stress and worry about things I can't control was causing my mental, exhaustion to run rampant. Now, I want to talk about that a little bit. Worrying about stuff outside of my own control has been something that I've worked on during the past 2 months. With, obviously with the coronavirus, with everything going on, there's obviously tons of stuff outside of my own control. School's getting shut down, me not, our office closing, me not being able to go to normal places like I would, the fear of going outside, fear of getting sick, all that. Yet, that lack of control was what was eating at me more. Now, some of you that know me, some of you that might not know me, but can tell by the videos, I didn't realize it. I guess I realized that I never acknowledged it. I am a control freak. I like to have my hands on everything to make sure it goes the way I want it to go. I'm like that with the events I plan, lessons, our youth meetings, tons of that. But yet, when coronavirus hit, that control is just flipped out from underneath me, and there's nothing I can do about it. So that's why that was honestly kind of like part of the reason why I got sick was stress cold. I was suffering from immense grief. I was suffering from the stress of everything, anxiety, all that. But yet there's still no control. I wasn't letting. I couldn't control it. And it's actually funny thinking about it today, how much control I actually wanted over so many things that I had no control over to start with. And I was stressing myself over stuff like that. And it's actually leading me. Some of you might know my family, my friends and family. I've been doing some writing lately. It's been one of the good mental out there. I've been writing like sermon series. And currently, as of today, my anxiety series is going up. But I don't know if I've mentioned, I'm working on part 2 already. I'm working on the second series. It's a way bigger project. The anxiety series is 4 parts. This one is a 7-part. But it's all in control. Called Release What You're Not in Control of. Powerful sentence all on its own. So, what I've learned in the process of writing that is I can't control everything. Now, you might look at me and go, but if you think about it, you might have the same issue as I do. You might want, to control everything that's going on right now. That way you can get back to what you once knew as normal. So you might have heard me say looking forward to a new normal. Pastor Stephen Furtick has mentioned that, did a whole sermon on that. And obviously, we can't go back to what normal was. At least not anytime soon. But some of us, think about honestly, think about all the complaining that you were doing in March. How you might have been looking for a new job, wanting to get away, your relationships, all that. 2 months ago, you wanted to get away from it all. And 2 months later, you want to go back to that? Release what you're not in control of. It's the concept of pretty much just letting go and letting God. Let God handle it all. Take the weight off of your shoulders and focus on you. I have done so much growth, truly feel, during this time, that I don't feel like I'm the same person that I was 2 months ago. My mentality is in a way better place. My rationale is in a way better place. I realize that the world doesn't revolve around me. That if I went away, the world still continues. And I saw that. And the acknowledgement of that was just like, what do you mean the world can go on without me? I'm me. Hello? But at the same time, it was a humbling experience to be like, yeah, it goes on. What am I worried about? And it was kind of funny because where that rationale kind of really eye-opened was, I was part of our worship design team a long time ago. Took time off because for personal reasons I don't want to talk about. But I met with them to discuss the graduation service that we're doing 2 Sundays from now. And listening to them go on about service, it's like, oh yeah, they didn't need me. I'm not saying that they don't need me, but I was like, they still go on without me. That's more what I meant. I'm not saying that they didn't need me. They're still going on without me and doing a fantastic job. So what was I worried about? Nothing. We have a tendency to create these own stories in our head about worry and fear that don't even come true because it's not actually what's happening. It's here. Skit Guy said it best, worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't take you anywhere. Why worry about things that we can't control? I mean, I've learned more so that the only thing we can control about the things we can't control is our perception of those things. And the acknowledgement that we can't control it. Obviously, we can't control the virus. We can't control the spread. We can't control how it's mutating. We can't control when we go back. What we can control is our perception of what's happening. Yes, we can't go back to work yet, but we can control the process of trying to go back. Staying home, wearing your mask, washing your hands, all that. This is not a PSA for that. We hear it enough from TV and other sources. I'm not going there. My point is, though, we can control the perception of what's going on. I mean, it took me until probably a week and a half ago before I would even acknowledge the coronavirus actually happening. And you're like, what? Middleton, it's been going on 6 weeks by that point. What do you mean you didn't acknowledge it? I never once called it by its name. Go back to all the videos. When you hear me say during this time. You never once heard me say during the pandemic, during the coronavirus, during the COVID-19. Never. Because obviously, I never wanted to acknowledge that that's what was going on. I mean, really, probably none of us do. But at the same time, that acknowledgement has now taken a weight off. And it was honestly through the writing that made me write it. Because obviously, when you write it, you want to document when. So, I would normally preface, I'm writing this during the COVID-19 pandemic. And then the consistent acknowledgement of that is like, okay, yeah, this is happening right now. And it's okay. I mean, obviously, it's not okay, but You know what I mean? It brings us to that present awareness of, yes, the coronavirus is currently happening right now. Yes, there's a lot of turmoil. The economy is shaky. There's millions of job losses. Businesses are having to shut down. All that. This is where we're at. And the present acknowledgement of like, okay, this is what's happening. Now I can really say, where am I? I have been so fortunate and blessed to work at a church that A, I can continue doing my job, but B, when I was off for those 2 weeks, that I had nothing but constant support from them that led to the focus of take care of you, keep you healthy, and you'll get back when you get back. And again, that was just another weight. And obviously a lot of what was happening was up here, so I've done therapy. I've been doing therapy now for the past 6, 7, 8 weeks now, and it's been a huge blessing to do that because I needed to get what was up here out, and it worked. It's worked by far so much. But at the same time, I've obviously still struggled with control. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be writing a 7-part series on it if I didn't currently struggle with it, because the foundation of my writings comes from scripture and personal testimony. But at the same time, there's something to learn from it all. Only focus on what you can control. Can I control what the news says? No. Can I control how I see the news? Yes. Can I control what social media says? No. Can I control how much I want to see? Yes. I'm not on social media for much more than 20 to 30 minutes at a time. And before I was mindlessly scrolling just to say I was doing something. The only time I'm really on social media anymore is to do work. To post on Facebook, upload videos. That's pretty much it. Listen to worship. Otherwise, I'm not on it all that much. And if I am, I'm talking to friends. I'm not scrolling through my feed. So, where am I going with all this? Because I know I've talked about control and I want to get to support. Take what's going on at face value. Obviously, do your research. Stay informed. It's okay with being informed. It's not okay to indulge yourself. These 24-hour news stations about what's going on, the different videos. I keep getting, even though I keep saying to hide it from me, I keep getting YouTube recommending me, coronavirus updates and Trump this, Trump that. CDC says this now, CDC says that. It's okay. I think Pastor Craig Groeschel from Life Church says, I check the news once a day, no more than 30 minutes, and then I'm done. That's perfectly okay. Don't swamp yourself with the news. Because sometimes we hear too many outside voices when really there's one voice that we need to focus on, and especially during a time like this. So, I'm going to leave you with the final sentence. That's the same title as my sermon series. Release what you're not in control of. It's not an overnight process. It's not going to go just in a short period. It's a process. But again, it's about the journey, not the destination. So then, okay. So let's course change. Let's talk about support. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I think I've said it in a variety of this week's videos. Thank you for the constant support that we've gotten during this time. Whether it's the different videos we've uploaded, the different comments I've heard, you guys have kind of just blew my expectations out of the water with this. I'm not huge on analytics anymore. I used to, but I've kind of learned I pray every night before a video goes out. God, send the video to those who need it and let you do the rest. And the video is like view-wise, and I hate talking about analytics because there's no point in it. They're getting like 60 to 70 to 80 views. I mean, 60 to 70 to 80 people want to watch whatever we upload. and it's awesome. It is super awesome to see. But it would be without you guys that we couldn't do it all. And obviously, we can't reach everybody that we want to. And I might actually start tearing up. Obviously, we can't reach everybody. I don't have my entire youth with me, and I don't have our entire group together. But, I'm thankful for who we have together right now, trying to make the best out of what we're given. But at the same time, I know there's so many other areas, there's so many other places, there's so many other people, youth and children and families that need support as well. And that's why I've kind of focused the videos on being more so of family content. To just try and, obviously we do youth lessons, we do children's videos, and then we have our one day of family fun. But at the same time, it's also been a good case of, that voice in the background. So to kind of give a foundation of where that view comes from, when I watch like YouTube on my personal time, I'll obviously, be watching YouTube and writing, or watching YouTube and playing games. As you can see, my Switch is on right now because I was playing it before I decided to record. I've always wanted to recreate that for somebody else, because a lot of the YouTubers I watch have been that kind of comforting voice in the background. Because before this time, and it's getting better, that, I had a hard time dealing with silence. If there was quiet, I would always worry about what my brain is going to say and what's going to happen and all that. But I've gotten better at that, but I'm still needing that, that voice in the background, that noise in the background, to try and, hush whatever's up here. And I know, and I've tried to get my videos to be that same concept, that, if my youth, can't make our Zoom meetings or for our Sunday school and all that, that my videos are perfectly set up for you just to turn them on in the background and do homework, cook a meal, whatever. And I hope that's what they've been. I've gotten positive feedback, so I'm not saying, I need the reinforcement, but at the same time, and especially during this time, we all kind of need that positive voice. And I pray that this is just what my content has been. We're in the middle. We've done, by the time you see this, we've done 2 full core series. We're wrapping up our Bible Basics series a week from Sunday. We're continuing our Deep Blue. That'll go through the summer, at least as far as we can take it. Cokesbury just released their summer curriculum, so I have full intentions of continuing that. And then the Friday Fun, we've been kind of bouncing around with what we're doing. I'm trying to find like a niche to see, but I have no intentions on lightening up during the summer. I want to continue doing this full force. And but again, I wouldn't be able to do it without your guys' support. So thank you. I guess I hadn't said that. Thank you. Obviously it's been a crazy journey the past 2 months. And I got started 2 weeks later than everybody else did with their online ministry, but we've done so well. And I have nobody to thank but you guys. And my youth are one of the best youth groups, if not the best, and I will challenge any youth leader to say otherwise. Because going the 2 weeks without youth and without core, I was still in contact with them, and they said, obviously, take care of you. We'll be here when you get back. And just that comfort, and they've been like that the 5 years I've known them, of just take care of you. Obviously, don't pour from an empty cup. So, and they've been so cool about that, and I just can't thank them anymore. Especially one of my graduates this year who has made me a journal Got that, or last year I think, and I've been using it for sermon notes, for video notes, for all that, and it's been awesome. And I can't thank them enough for this journal, because this journal has helped me through so much. So thank you, Sam. But I think I want to end it here. I gotta try and get this video uploaded for you guys. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll have our children's time. We're gonna learn about Paul's escape attempt. Sunday school, or youth Sunday school on Sunday, will take us through week 7 of Bible Basics. We've finally finished the New Testament, and we gear up for just how to truly study the Bible in week 8. And then Wednesday, we start a brand new series, a brand new reality show series called Jesus, the Real Life. So I hope you're looking forward to it. Thank you for listening to me ramble for the last 30 minutes. I can't wait to see where the future takes us. So until then, have a great week. Enjoy your Friday. It's the weekend now. Hallelujah. We can rest and relish in what God has done for us. So until then, until the next time, I want you to stay blessed.